Hey everyone, welcome back to 21 Reasons Why. Today, we're serving up a battle that's shaking the tennis world, Aryna Sabalenka versus Coco Gauff. And spoiler alert, we've got 21 savage reasons why Sabalenka takes the crown. From her rocket serve to her don't blink or you'll miss it forehand, she's rewriting what power tennis looks like. Buckle up, this debate's about to hit harder than a Sabalenka baseline bomb. Sabalenka's raw power makes every shot feel like a thunderclap. When Aryna Sabalenka hits the ball, you don't just hear it, you feel it in your bones. Her raw power is her trademark, and it's the kind of force that makes opponents flinch before the rally even begins. Unlike Gauff, who leans on speed and defense, Sabalenka simply blasts through players with sheer velocity. Watching her forehand explode off the strings is like watching a sledgehammer smash through a wall. No subtlety, just destruction. This isn't just about brute strength, though. Her power forces errors, short balls, and desperate defense, giving her control of the tempo every single point. In an era where tennis is about speed and counterpunching, Sabalenka plays like a storm, overwhelming, unstoppable, and unapologetically loud. Every match with her is a highlight reel of winners that sound like cannons going off. And honestly, who doesn't want their champion to look like they're casually bending the laws of physics? Sabalenka's raw power isn't just a skill, it's a statement. Step on court with her and prepare to get blasted off it. She dominates the court with a fearless, aggressive style. Aryna Sabalenka doesn't tiptoe into a match. She storms it like a warrior charging into battle. Her fearless aggression defines her game. Every ball is struck with intent, every point played with fire. While many players rely on waiting for mistakes, Sabalenka takes control from the very first rally, putting opponents on the defensive instantly. Coco Gauff is tactical and reactive, but Sabalenka sets the terms of engagement. Her aggressive style means she's never afraid to go for the big shot, even under pressure. Miss? She shrugs it off. Hit? It's often an unstoppable winner that leaves the opponent frozen. That confidence radiates across the court, creating an aura that rattles whoever stands on the other side of the net. It's also why Sabalenka's matches feel like thrill rides. There's always danger, always intensity, always a sense that something explosive could happen at any moment. Fans don't just watch her play, they feel her energy. Where Gauff plays chess, Sabalenka plays poker bold bets, high stakes, all or nothing. And more often than not, her fearless aggression pays off, proving that the best defense is indeed an overwhelming offense. Hold up, time to flip this debate over to you. Drop your most savage reason why Sabalenka destroys Gauff in the comments. Funniest, boldest, or most brutal takes get immortalized in our users edition. So go ahead, prove us wrong, or make our case even stronger. Her serve is a literal weapon, unmatched in consistency. Sabalenka's serve isn't just a shot, it's a declaration of war. At her best, she blasts aces that leave opponents standing still, wondering if they even saw the ball. Her first serve consistently clocks in at speeds that rival the biggest hitters in the game, making it one of the most feared weapons on tour. But it's not just about raw velocity, it's the consistency and placement that make it lethal. Gauff's serve has improved, sure, but Sabalenka's is a game changer. When she's locked in, she can rattle off free points like a vending machine spitting out snacks. That's demoralizing for opponents who know that breaking Sabalenka's serve often feels like cracking a safe with a toothpick. Even when the first serve misses, her second serve has enough bite to keep opponents guessing, instead of punishing her. A dominant serve also sets the stage for everything else. It gives her confidence, builds momentum, and allows her to dictate rallies on her terms. If tennis is about controlling tempo, Sabalenka's serve is her metronome fast, punishing, and relentless. Gauff may return well, but against Sabalenka's serve, returning feels less like tennis and more like dodging bullets. She's a Grand Slam champion with multiple titles to prove it. When it comes to tennis greatness, trophies talk. And Sabalenka has already stacked her shelf with the hardware that separates good players from true legends. Winning a Grand Slam isn't just about talent. It's about surviving 2 weeks of pressure, endurance, and high-stakes battles against the world's best. Sabalenka has done it, and not just once. That puts her in elite company. While Gauff, despite her talent, is still early in her journey with just a single major to her name. Grand Slam titles are the ultimate currency in tennis. They silence critics, define careers, and etch names into history books. Every time Sabalenka lifts a slam trophy, it's a reminder that she's not just hype. She's proven, tested, and victorious on the sport's biggest stage. That's the kind of resume power that makes opponents respect her before the first ball is struck. For fans, it also matters. When you watch Sabalenka, you're watching a champion who has been there, done that, and knows how to do it again. Gauff may be a rising star, but Sabalenka is already established royalty. In the Grand Slam hierarchy, Sabalenka simply sits higher on the throne. Sabalenka has shown dominance across all court surfaces: clay, grass, or hard courts. Sabalenka isn't picky. She brings the same firepower and fearless attitude no matter where she plays, proving she's not a one-trick pony. Many players excel on one surface and struggle on others, but Sabalenka has built her game to thrive everywhere. That versatility is what makes her a nightmare opponent. There's no safe haven, no better surface for challengers to hide on. On hard courts, her power game is perfectly suited to the quick pace, allowing her to blast winners left and right. On clay, where rallies can drag on forever, she uses her strength to finish points before they spiral into marathons. And on grass, her serve becomes nearly untouchable, making her one of the most dangerous players at Wimbledon. Compare that to Gauff, who shines brightest on hard courts but is still finding her rhythm on other surfaces. Sabalenka's adaptability shows experience, maturity, and a complete skill set. She's proven that she doesn't just dominate under one set of conditions, she dominates under all of them. That kind of all-surface power is rare, and it's why she's always a contender, no matter the venue or season. Her mental toughness has leveled up far beyond her early career. Let's be real, early Sabalenka sometimes melted under pressure. Double faults, nerves, frustration, it was all part of the story. But champions aren't defined by their flaws. They're defined by how they overcome them. Sabalenka has transformed her mental game into one of her biggest weapons. The shaky moments of the past are now battle scars that fuel her composure in the present. Today, she steps on court with a confidence that screams, "I've been here before, and I know how to win." Even when matches get tight, she doesn't fold, she digs deeper. That evolution is what separates her from rising stars like Gauff. While Gauff is still learning to manage the insane pressure of the spotlight, Sabalenka has already fought those battles and come out tougher. Fans can see the difference too. There's less panic, more poise. Instead of spiraling after a mistake, she resets and fires harder. That kind of resilience rattles opponents because they know she's not going to hand them free wins anymore. Mental toughness is the hidden stat that wins championships, and Sabalenka has leveled up so much she looks unshakable. In tennis, mind beats nerves, and Sabalenka's mind is steel. She thrives under pressure and delivers in big matches. Some players shrink when the lights are brightest. Sabalenka? She grows. The bigger the stage, the bigger her game. Finals, semifinals, primetime showdowns. She seems to find an extra gear exactly when it matters most. That ability to rise under pressure is the true mark of a champion, and it's what makes Sabalenka so dangerous in the later rounds of tournaments. Think about it. Anyone can blast winners in a first-round match when the crowd is half empty. But doing it on Arthur Ashe Stadium with millions watching worldwide, that takes nerves of steel and a belief that borders on fearless. Sabalenka has proven time and again that she can handle that weight and flip it into momentum. Gauff is still finding her footing in those clutch moments. She's had her breakthroughs, but consistency under pressure is what separates rising stars from established champions. Sabalenka thrives on it, almost like she enjoys the chaos of high stakes. For fans, this makes her must-watch TV. You know when Sabalenka walks into a big match, fireworks are guaranteed. Pressure doesn't crush her, it fuels her. And that's why, when the moment is biggest, she delivers. Sabalenka's experience gives her the edge in clutch moments. Experience in tennis isn't just about years on tour. It's about surviving the highs and lows, the heartbreaks and the triumphs, and coming out sharper on the other side. Sabalenka has been through it all: early flameouts, long battles, painful defeats, and ultimate victories on the sport's biggest stages. That accumulated knowledge gives her a killer instinct in clutch situations where matches are decided. When the scoreboard gets tight 5-5 in the third, tie breaks, championship points. Sabalenka leans on her history. She knows what it feels like to choke, and more importantly, she knows how to not let it happen again. That's a priceless advantage over Gauff, who's still gaining that level of battle-tested maturity. Fans see it too. Sabalenka doesn't panic when a lead slips or when the opponent fights back. She steadies herself, recalibrates, and uses her experience to seize control again. In tennis, the difference between winning and losing often comes down to who handles those tiny pressure points better. And right now, Sabalenka's experience tilts the balance in her favor. She's already walked through the fire in clutch moments. She knows how to burn brighter. Her fitness and conditioning keep her firing late into matches. Sabalenka isn't just powerful, she's built like a machine designed to outlast anyone across 3 grueling sets. Tennis at the elite level is as much about stamina as it is about skill, and Sabalenka's fitness means she doesn't fade when matches drag past the 2-hour mark. Instead, she keeps hammering the ball with the same ferocity she had in the opening game. That's a massive edge over players who rely on speed alone. Gauff's game depends heavily on running down balls, chasing every shot, and grinding out points. That kind of style drains energy fast, especially deep into tournaments where recovery is limited. Sabalenka, meanwhile, conserves energy by hitting through opponents instead of rallying endlessly. And when she does need to dig deep, her conditioning keeps her explosive even when others start to wobble. Fans love this about her too. She doesn't just compete, she powers through wars of attrition. Whether it's a late-night battle under the lights or a scorching day match under the sun, Sabalenka still looks dangerous at crunch time. In tennis, fitness is a secret weapon. And with Sabalenka's conditioning, she doesn't just last, she dominates until the final ball. She brings an intensity that intimidates opponents before the first ball. Sabalenka doesn't just play tennis, she radiates it. From her walk onto the court to that fiery stare across the net, she carries an energy that screams, "I'm here to win, and I won't hold back." That intensity is felt not just by fans in the stands, but by her opponents who sense it before a single serve has been struck. Tennis is as much psychological as it is physical, and Sabalenka's presence alone tilts the balance. Players facing her know they're about to be dragged into a dogfight, and that mental weight can crack their confidence before the match even starts. Gauff is calm and composed, but she doesn't project that same aura of intimidation. Sabalenka makes you feel like you're stepping into the ring with a heavyweight boxer. Fans feed off this too. Her fist pumps, her roars, her explosive reactions. Every moment adds to the theater. She doesn't just win points, she owns them, leaving her opponents visibly rattled. That kind of intensity is rare and priceless. It's why Sabalenka isn't just another player on the tour, she's a force of nature. And intimidation, when paired with power, is a lethal combination. Her baseline game is one of the heaviest and most feared on tour. When Sabalenka sets up at the baseline, opponents know what's coming and they still can't stop it. Her ground strokes are some of the heaviest in women's tennis, combining raw pace with depth that pins rivals meters behind the baseline. Every shot she hits carries weight, both literally in ball speed and figuratively in pressure, forcing opponents to play defense from the very start of rallies. This baseline dominance means Sabalenka doesn't need trick plays or endless variety. Her bread and butter is pure destruction from the ground. Gauff's defense is solid, but even her speed is often neutralized when she's constantly stretched, reacting instead of dictating. With Sabalenka, it's not about if she takes control of a rally, it's about how quickly. Fans love the spectacle. Watching Sabalenka unload from the baseline feels like watching a boxer unleash combinations relentless, punishing, and decisive. Her opponents often walk away not just beaten, but worn down from absorbing so much firepower. A strong baseline game is the cornerstone of modern tennis, and Sabalenka's version is one of the most feared weapons on tour. Simply put, when she camps at the baseline, the court becomes her battlefield. She adapts strategies mid-match like a chess master with a racket. Sabalenka isn't just about brute force, she's learned how to outthink her opponents in real time. Early in her career, critics said she was too one-dimensional, just swinging for winners. But now, when plan A doesn't work, she flips the script. If her opponent handles the power, she mixes in angles. If rallies get too long, she cuts them short with net approaches. That flexibility makes her dangerous in every situation. This adaptability is why Sabalenka thrives even against tricky opponents who specialize in defense. Gauff relies heavily on outlasting and frustrating rivals, but against Sabalenka, that tactic falls apart. By adjusting her shot selection and tempo, Sabalenka takes away Gauff's comfort zone and forces her into playing on Sabalenka's terms. Fans notice this too. Watching Sabalenka shift gears mid-match is like watching a boxer suddenly change stance and land unexpected punches. She keeps everyone guessing, which makes her unpredictable and exciting. In tennis, the ability to adapt is the difference between surviving tough matches and winning them. And Sabalenka's evolution into a tactical chess master proves she's not just power, she's power with brains. That combination is lethal. Her doubles success proves she's versatile, not just a singles star. Sabalenka isn't limited to dominating in singles, she's also a proven force in doubles, with a Grand Slam title to her name. That versatility shows she's not just a one-dimensional power hitter, but a complete player who understands every angle of the game. Doubles requires sharp reflexes, creative shot-making, and pinpoint volley skills that make her an even bigger threat when she brings them back into singles. Gauff has had doubles success too, but Sabalenka's achievements show that she can seamlessly switch styles. In doubles, she doesn't just blast from the baseline, she's at the net, reading plays, cutting off angles, and finishing points with touch. That experience translates into a more rounded singles game, giving her weapons beyond her trademark power. Fans love this side of her because it proves she can entertain in different formats, not just the solo spotlight. And for opponents, it's terrifying because they know she can pull out double-style tactics in singles, mixing things up when least expected. Being great at one format is impressive. Being elite in both is rare. Sabalenka has shown she's not just versatile, she's dangerous everywhere she steps on court. Sabalenka's consistency in the top rankings shows elite staying power. Anyone can have a breakout season, but staying at the top year after year? That's a different beast. Sabalenka has proven she's not just a flash in the pan, she's built for long-term dominance. Her consistent presence in the top 5 of the WTA rankings shows that she isn't just capable of big wins, she's capable of sustaining them across seasons, surfaces, and opponents. This kind of staying power is what separates champions from hype trains. Gauff is rising fast, but she hasn't yet shown that same multi-year consistency. Sabalenka has already proven she belongs among the elite, keeping her name etched in the rankings even when challenges and injuries came her way. That resilience is a testament to her work ethic and ability to adapt over time. For fans, it also builds trust. When you watch Sabalenka, you know she's always going to be in the mix for the biggest titles. She's not disappearing after one hot tournament. She's a permanent fixture at the top of women's tennis. And in a sport where new stars come and go quickly, Sabalenka's staying power is what makes her stand tall as a true heavyweight of the game. She has beaten Gauff in high-stakes matches that matter most. Head-to-head battles tell the real story, and Sabalenka has shown she can take down Gauff when the stakes are sky-high. It's one thing to win a random match on tour, it's another to beat your rival deep in a slam or in the late rounds of a major tournament. Sabalenka has proven she can handle those moments and come out on top, which gives her the psychological edge. When two players are evenly matched, confidence plays a massive role. Knowing you've already beaten your opponent in big moments plants a seed of doubt in their mind before the match even starts. Gauff has pulled off wins too, but Sabalenka's ability to win the biggest matches is what sets her apart. For fans, these clashes are epic because they feel like previews of tennis history future classics, where every point is loaded with drama. And in those moments, Sabalenka has often been the one standing taller. When the lights are brightest, it's Sabalenka who brings the firepower and the composure to close the deal. Against Gauff, she doesn't just play, she proves she's the stronger competitor when it matters most. Sabalenka's fiery personality makes her matches electric. Tennis isn't just about strokes and stats. It's about personality, and Sabalenka has it in spades. She plays with fire, emotion, and raw passion that makes every match feel like an event. Whether it's her fist pumps, her primal roars, or the sheer intensity in her eyes, Sabalenka brings an energy that electrifies the crowd and pulls fans into the drama. This fiery presence makes her unforgettable. Even if you're not rooting for her, you feel her matches in a way that's rare in tennis. Gauff has a calm, composed style, but Sabalenka gives you fireworks. That unpredictability, whether she's unleashing a devastating winner or celebrating like she just conquered the world, creates must-watch TV. Opponents feel it too. That visible intensity can rattle players across the net, making them hesitate or crack under the weight of her presence. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about commanding the stage. And Sabalenka knows how to do both. Fans don't just watch her matches, they experience them. In an era where personalities sell as much as performance, Sabalenka's fiery vibe makes her not just a top player, but a true star. Her forehand is a cannon that changes the rhythm of rallies instantly. When Sabalenka unloads her forehand, it's game-changing. The ball explodes off her strings with such force that rallies shift from neutral to defensive scramble in a heartbeat. Opponents don't have time to set up or dictate. They're instantly pushed back, often reduced to just blocking balls back in desperation. That single shot flips rallies on their head and puts Sabalenka firmly in control. What makes it even more lethal is the variety. She can flatten it out for raw pace, roll it with heavy topspin to push opponents deep, or angle it to open up the court. No matter the choice, the result is the same. Her rival is left scrambling. Gauff has solid ground strokes, but she doesn't possess that same one-swing dominance that Sabalenka's forehand delivers. Fans live for these moments. That thunderous crack of the ball, followed by gasps from the crowd, it's pure adrenaline. It's the kind of weapon that turns points into highlights and highlights into legends. In modern tennis, the forehand is the kingmaker, and Sabalenka's version is a bazooka that changes the rhythm of rallies in her favor every single time. She has the aura of a champion that Gauff is still building. There's something about Sabalenka when she steps on court, an undeniable aura that says champion. It's not just her ranking or trophies, it's the way she carries herself. The confidence, the swagger, the refusal to back down, it all adds up to a presence that commands respect before the first ball is struck. Gauff is building her legacy, but Sabalenka already has that aura fully formed. Players across the net know they're not just facing a competitor, they're facing a proven winner who's been tested at the very top. That kind of reputation can be intimidating in itself, making opponents tighten up or second-guess their own games. Fans see it too. When Sabalenka plays, there's an expectation that she belongs on the biggest stages and will rise to the moment. That champion energy isn't something you can fake. It's earned through battles won and scars carried. Gauff may develop it in time, but right now, Sabalenka owns it. In sports, aura matters. It's the invisible edge that tilts matches before they even start. And Sabalenka's aura of a champion is one of her strongest, most undeniable advantages over Gauff. Sabalenka sets the tone for women's power tennis in this era. Every era of tennis has its defining style, and right now, Sabalenka is the face of power tennis. Her explosive ground strokes, booming serve, and aggressive mindset set the standard for what it means to dominate in the modern game. She doesn't just play within the system, she is the system, forcing rivals to adapt to her pace or get left behind. Gauff is talented and tactical, but her game is built more around defense and counterpunching. That style works, but it doesn't define the era. It reacts to it. Sabalenka, on the other hand, dictates what women's tennis looks like today. Young players watch her and think, that's the level I have to reach. Coaches prepare their students specifically to handle her kind of raw power. Fans know it too. When they talk about the current generation, Sabalenka's name comes up as the player who embodies this fearless, heavy-hitting style that makes matches so electric. She's not just part of the wave, she's leading it. That's why Sabalenka isn't just better than Gauff right now, she's the one defining the very game Gauff is still trying to master. She bounces back from setbacks with unmatched resilience. Every champion faces setbacks, but what defines them is the comeback. Sabalenka has proven time and again that she can take a tough loss, reset, and come back even stronger. Early exits, she turns them into lessons. Crushing defeats, they fuel her next big run. That resilience is what makes her one of the most dangerous players on tour, because even when she stumbles, she doesn't stay down. Fans have watched her journey from being known for double fault meltdowns to becoming a Grand Slam champion. That transformation didn't happen by accident. It's the product of resilience, grit, and relentless self-improvement. Gauff is still young and hasn't had to weather as many ups and downs yet, but Sabalenka's battle scars give her a huge edge in maturity. Opponents also feel it. You can't count Sabalenka out, even if she's behind. Her ability to flip momentum mid-match is rooted in that resilience. One bad set doesn't turn into a collapse, it turns into motivation. And in a sport where mental recovery is as important as physical strength, Sabalenka has proven she's built to endure. Resilience isn't just a trait, it's her secret weapon. When Sabalenka is locked in, she looks simply unbeatable. There are levels in tennis, and then there's the Sabalenka locked-in mode. When she finds her rhythm, it feels like she's playing on a different planet. Serves blasting, forehands ripping, backhands piercing. Everything clicks, and opponents are left scrambling just to stay in rallies. In those moments, it's not a fair fight. It's a demolition job. What makes this scary is how unstoppable it looks. Even elite players struggle to find answers when Sabalenka is firing on all cylinders. She takes the racket out of their hands, dictating every point, and leaves them hoping she'll miss rather than planning their own strategy. That's dominance on another level. Gauff is consistent and steady, but she doesn't yet have that aura of inevitability when she's playing her best. Sabalenka does. When she locks in, fans sit back knowing they're about to witness highlight reels stacked with winners and roars. Opponents? They know they're in for a long night. At her peak, Sabalenka doesn't just win matches, she steamrolls them. And that's why, when she's dialed in, she looks simply untouchable. Unbeatable isn't hype, it's the reality of Sabalenka in beast mode. Thanks for watching, legends! Now it's your turn. Hit the comments with your best reasons why Sabalenka crushes Gauff. The sharpest clapbacks might make it into our users edition, so don't hold back. And if you loved the debate, smash that subscribe button and join us for more. This is 21 Reasons Why. Epic debates, legendary comments.